Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Doom. Just wanted to give everybody a quick heads up on what's going on in the world. I'm sure you've heard about the strikes on Iran after they down to the U.S. Apache helicopter. Just give me a second to find myself here to get to chat. I'm sleepy. I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do, so I just decided to hop on here for a second. I'm sleepy. I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do, so I just decided to hop on here for a second. Having troubles with this laptop. I can't. I'm sleepy. I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do, so I just decided to hop on. Yeah, so basically what's going on is, earlier today, Iran shot down a U.S. Apache helicopter near the Strait of Hormuz. So we launched multiple strikes, like three or four waves of airstrikes on different parts of Iran. And now they're attacking Bahrain and Kuwait and Iraq and Lebanon and pretty much everybody in the Middle East, especially where we have bases at. So Trump's still saying we're really close to a deal. Let me see. Let me scoot this table in. I can't even see the chat. I should have got my glasses. They're in the room and tits asleep. What's happening, Gene W? Amber Marie? Everybody. I can't hardly even see this thing. Wish I had my glasses. So if I don't say what's up to you, or I'm trying to find, I know I can blow this stuff up somewhere. Yeah, so basically that's what's going on right now. Just more shooting the missiles at each other. Still trying to get everything situated up in here. So yeah, basically in a nutshell, what I believe is going on right now, besides the immediate situation, if you think back, the first thing that happened was we kidnapped Maduro and his wife and basically took over the oil in Venezuela, right? So then, we started attacking Iran, which is like one of the top five oil producing nations in the world. And at the same time, Ukraine is attacking the oil infrastructure in Russia, which is another top five. And we're in the top five. So that's what, four of the top five oil producing nations in the world. Something's going on with the oil. So I believe the whole situation, it's not about fucking freedom for Iran or the Iranian people. None of that. Basically, what's happening is we're trying to corner the oil market, because we see China is rising up faster than we would like them to, unless that's just the plan behind the scenes. But so we're trying to corner the oil market so we can, cut China down a little bit. We'll give them oil, but just spoon feed it to them after we take everybody else's in the world. We can get, you know, blow up all of Russia's oil infrastructure. I don't think we're going to take over Russia because they got all them nukes. But if we can damage enough of their refineries and everything, which Ukraine is bombing every single day, there's a new Russian oil refinery that gets blown up. Um, eventually, that's going to be the case. We're just countries will have to come begging us for oil. I think that's the end game and the reason behind all these wars going on right now. Yeah, Russia went into Ukraine, but I feel like that was provoked by us anyway. We just kept pushing them so they would do that. Like uh, send all the weapons and things like that there, and making more and more countries on Russia's border NATO members and things like that. So, how's it going, Amber Marie? Yeah, I appreciate everybody showing up. I know it's late at night. I just can't sleep and I'm bored. I'm actually kind of sleepy, but I can't sleep. America is going to eventually collapse on its own weight. Yeah, and that's the thing. This whole situation with Iran is a big shitstorm. Trump and Hexeth and everybody went in there thinking that we was just going to be able to take out the Ayatollah and then we'd be able to take the oil, and it's not working like that. So now Trump's at a point he just wants to get the hell out of there because making us look like fools. We're spending hundreds of billions of dollars and ain't getting shit accomplished. It's like the people winning in this situation, even though we've blown up a bunch of military sites and stuff in Iran, is Iran, because now they're in control of the Strait of Hormuz, which they weren't in control of before we started bombing them. And you know what I'm saying, like the guy that's in charge now was the Ayatollah's son, and they killed like half of his family, his dad, his wife, his child. So do you think he really wants to make a deal with us about anything? Unless it's going to be extremely beneficial to Iran. Now, I heard earlier today, right before the Apache helicopter got shot down, that we had either quote unquote released or gave Iran $3 billion as a good faith gesture and not to continue to bomb Israel. So basically, what they're saying is we paid Iran not to bomb Israel, and then immediately after that, they shot down an Apache helicopter. There's some, conspiracy theories that maybe Israel shot it down as a false flag to get us to keep bombing Iran to keep the war going, but it was probably Iran. It probably was them. So, we just started lobbing missiles back at them, and now they're bombing our bases again. And, eventually, I don't know how this is going to end. It's been going on forever. They keep talking about, oh, we're about to hit the tank bottoms in the oil storage in America, and we're draining the oil reserves, and the price of gas is still going down. I kind of feel like what's going on is the United States government is just, basically pumping money into it, into the whole situation. Like, the stock market, the oil, everything. We're just printing more dollars and throwing it at it, to keep the stock market afloat. We're just, buying stocks for companies, for the government is. And, the whole thing with the oil, they're just, spending probably hundreds of billions of dollars, on the oil to keep the prices of that down. It's just a big ass mess. I don't know how it's going to end or whatever, but it's definitely not going the way that we planned on it going. And it's hard to say what's going to happen next. I mean, anything could happen at this point. Another thing that's going on, we've been having a bunch of very large earthquakes. Who was it? The Philippines had like well, first a 9.0, then it went downgraded all the way to a damn 7.9 or an 8, but it was definitely bigger than a 7.9. And then there were several sixes all over the world. We even I believe it was like a 6.0 or 5.8 or something like that in Cuba, which is pretty much unheard of. I don't remember. I think it's the largest earthquake ever in Cuba. So I'm kind of a little nervous that we might be getting one here because they've been saying that the Charleston, South Carolina area is overdue. Besides that, we had the larger earthquake in Cuba, which isn't super far away from here. Because I mean, you could have a earthquake in the Philippines and it would register in Yellowstone National Park. That's how far the waves go out. So hopefully we don't get one around here soon. Because I think it was in 1886 they had a 7 point something in this area, and recently within the last couple of months we've been having several little small 2 and 1 and 3 earthquakes. So there's that the whole earthquake situation. I mean, these days you got to prep for everything. So I've been buying some more different preps and stuff like that. I've got some of that Yoder's canned bacon. It's good for like 10 years. That was one thing I didn't have in my preps. I'm getting the last little things that I didn't have. I got one of those water filtration systems from Four Patriots. They had them on sale, actually on a Facebook ad for $99 instead of $249, and I got one of those. And what else I got? A carbon monoxide detector, because if the apocalypse pops off and you're going to be using all them propane cooking stoves and stuff like that I have, you need to have a little carbon monoxide detector. I think I got this from Amazon. Yeah, but other than that, how's everybody been doing? Yeah, it's been a while, Brew City. Lost one, what's up? Who else we got up in here? Shady. Oh, just incredible. Watchman, good to see you. Yeah, I saw Watchman in the Angry Preppers live stream earlier, and he said we miss you or whatever. I was like, what? I'll jump on the live stream real quick to see how everybody's doing. Beans and bullets. Yeah, what's up, Gene? Good to see you. True Light, Unknown Comic. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't complain. CC. Yeah, I miss you guys too. And whoever else I missed on here. Tiny hats have taken over America. Be the next Gaza litter. Everything points towards that in Agenda 2030. Yeah, I agree. Everybody's trying to figure out why the prices of everything's going so high and whatnot. And in my opinion, it's basically trying to make everybody extremely poor. Remember the whole Klaus Schwab of the World Economic Forum, you own nothing and you'll be happy? What they're going to do is make everybody so broke and poor that we're going to be begging them for government assistance or whatever. And so what's going to happen? They're going to roll out the universal basic income, and then the whole what's it called, the social credit score and all that shit like they got in China. And that's going to be the end of America, basically. I mean, it's already going down the tubes. But that's why they're going to make everybody so poor. So we'll be begging the government to help us so we can eat and feed our kids and whatever. They got the AI and the data centers and shit taking all the electricity and the jobs and everything in between. Like, why would they think that would be a good idea for the population is beyond me. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's why every insurance, healthcare, food, gas, every damn thing's going up, and it's going to keep going up until we just can't afford anything. And then they're going to say, okay, if you guys let us, do this whole social credit system thing, or they're going to do it anyway. We ain't got to let them, but like, okay, we're going to introduce this because the families are starving to death in America, and we're going to give you this what's called a universal basic income, where you don't have to do anything and get a check, but we'll tell you what you can buy, when you can buy it, things like that. I was like, oh no, you bought 5 pounds of red meat this month, so you can't have any more, and probably won't be able to eat red meat anyway because they're dropping all the damn ticks everywhere. You know, with the alpha gal syndrome, where you can't eat meat protein anymore, any kind of protein. I think they said you can't even drink milk if you get bit by one of them ticks, and it gives you that alpha gal syndrome. So you know, it's not going in a good way. You know, Trump ain't fucking going to help us with nothing. No president is. All the politicians are in it for the money. I used to honestly be a Republican. You know, I thought Trump was get in there and do some good things, but I just don't have faith in any of them anymore. To be honest with you, they all suck and they're all corrupt. That's pretty much my thoughts on that. I'm just kind of all over the place, just talking about some things that's been on my mind lately because I don't really, you know, talk to coworkers or anybody about this kind of shit because I think I'm crazy. So I have my family on YouTube. I can discuss all these things, my thoughts and whatever with. Everyone's losing faith. Trump's the most likely suspect is Antichrist. Who said that? Could be Watchman. I was saying, you know, they're promoting who is it, Rubio and Kushner's like going around trying to make all these deals and everything. I said, hell, maybe it's Kushner. Maybe they're going to run president. You know, maybe Marco Rubio for president and Kushner for the vice president. And then, you know, something happens to Rubio and Kushner takes over as the president and we find out Kushner's the Antichrist, but because he is, what do they say, a tiny hat. Yeah, good to see you, Miss Det One. Yeah, I'm still prepping, you know, just trying to stay prepped up, prayed up, all that good stuff. It's just, I actually been getting rid of a lot of stuff, you know, just clutter or things that I don't really need so I can make more room for preps. But still have my house look somewhat, you know, manageable and clean and not just a bunch of clutter and junk and shit everywhere. It's like seeing a rare bird. What's up, Luke? Scottish Wee Viking. Hey, what's up? I heard all hell's breaking loose over there in Scotland. That just in Belfast, or is it everywhere, or is it Ireland? I think it's Scotland, right? Where's Belfast? Well, you know they had the fucking invader like trying to cut somebody's throat or behead them in the middle of the street, and the people's rioting over there and like burning down immigrant-owned businesses and you know just trying to going in people's houses and setting them on fire. And fucking frankly, that's what we need to do all over the world. I was talking to Toots about that earlier today. I was like, whose idea or whose agenda was it to just infiltrate every country, every Western or European country with all these people from third world countries and prisons in third worlds and like what the fuck was the point of that and who came up with it? Was it the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, the fucking World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, all the above? Like, what was the purpose of them sending all these tens of millions and 100 million immigrants into all these, you know, countries, you know, the European countries? What was the purpose of it? Whose idea was it? Who agreed with it? You know, who's the guy at the top that said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get people out of the prisons in third world countries, you know, the shithole countries of the world, Muslims, the radical jihad Muslims. Like, there's all Muslims are not bad people. I mean, I'm realistic. Everybody knows that about me. I'm not racist. I don't have nothing against anybody. I'm just saying, but uh, like a radical jihad type Muslims are not going to be able to conform to the laws of whatever country they're sent to. I mean, by their religion, if they see a woman wearing a bikini, they can go rape them because they're not supposed to do that in their religion. So they can't assimilate into a whole nother culture, is basically what I'm saying. Yeah, they're fine in Iran or somewhere like that, but if you send them to fucking Scotland or America, it's just not going to be the same. Me and Tits was talking about that earlier. I just don't understand why they did it. You know, what's the end goal? I remember probably 20 years ago, I read a book called The North American Union, where they was going to like join South America and the United States and Canada as one country. But I mean, what's the purpose though? I don't get it. Any do you have any thoughts on why they're flooding all the countries with people that don't need to be there? Moving in a couple weeks, so I'm going through his stuff and downsizing. Trump's the one that made all the fake peace deals. Always thought something's off with Kushner too, and that's the thing. The only reason, I mean, Trump fits a lot of the bills to possibly be the Antichrist, but at the same time, the fucker is old. I mean, he's deteriorating. He's not deteriorating as bad as what Biden was when he was in office, but he's going down pretty quick. I mean, you have to be honest. You can look at him and tell. He's just like all over the place. He'll say, "Oh, we're going to make a deal. No, we're going to bomb the hell out of the bastards. Oh, a deal's coming in 5 minutes. Fire the missiles." Like he don't know what the fuck to do right now. Or maybe Trump's like how is it, the beast that gives power to the Antichrist? Maybe Trump, is part of that situation, but he's going to give the power to Kushner, or that's a possibility. Yeah, but Trump does fit a lot of the criteria for the Antichrist. Builds a temple to bring back their Messiah. They also need to do a huge sacrifice. What's up, Slappy Chap? Good to see you. Sorry, I got to lean so close in on this damn computer. I ain't got my glasses and took sleeping, so. New World Order, ensure erasure of borders. But what's the point of erasing the borders, though? Who's that, Pamela? Why are they doing it? I don't understand. Why do they think that would be a good thing? It's just going to make it harder to control people. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the goal, is to control everybody. So if you're putting people in a country that can't assimilate to the culture, then it's just going to be that much harder to control the situation. Or maybe it's just to bring chaos. That could be it too. All hell's breaking loose, I know, right? Lucid Farms, good to see you. Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. I know it's late. I just decided to hop on here because I was bored. End goal is controlled collapse. Yeah. Pretty soon, cashless society and biochips. Yeah, that's what I think too. Like to own nothing and be happy. The universal basic income, social credit system. But I still don't get the immigration thing though. That's the part I don't understand. I'm sure they have a reason for it. The reason why they thought it was a good idea. Ed Case, what's happening? At the beginning of the war, he said it was going to be part psychological warfare, living in absolute chaos, living in the twilight zone. I think it's just a part of the agenda, conspiracy or not. Harvesting energy. You missed the 80s, I know, right, Kawasaki? Everything was so much easier. The 80s, the 90s, hell, even the 2000s. That's about when it all started. after the World Trade Center, and then everything's gone downhill since then. And after COVID, everything's fucked up. What's up, Roosevelt Carter? Start the Samson Protocol, which is a global sacrifice. Several powerful explosions heard in the Citra Air Base in Bahrain. DPFX, good to see you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Iran's launching missiles at everybody in the Middle East right now because we bombed them for shooting down our helicopter. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, you can always theorize, but you'll never know if you were right about your theories until it actually happens, right? There's got to be a reason behind it. I just don't know what the hell it is as far as the immigration situation. These fucked up wars, I think it's really just about the oil at the end of the day. We're trying to corner the oil market. We already stole Venezuela's oil. Ukraine's bombing Russian oil every day, the infrastructure. It's not going to do them no good if it's, in the ground and they can't pull it out or ship it. Bombing the oil ports and the pipelines and the refineries and everything. Every single day, Ukraine's bombing them. And we're trying to take the oil from Iran. World stage. Government is spending 230% of the tax income, barely have a positive GDP. Yeah, that's why they don't care. They don't give a fuck. Hell, they're printing trillions and trillions and trillions. It. Only God knows how much U.S. dollars are actually in existence. Whether on a computer screen or like the physical dollars, it's probably a damn quadrillion or more. 'Cause how could somebody even actually keep track of it all? I mean, I've seen so many different videos of people, like crooked politicians in Ukraine, got pallets full of money, and they just found the CIA guy had, what was it, $400 million in gold bars. Like, what the hell was that all about? Just siphoning all the money out at the taxpayer's expense. That's the worst part about it. Said they all hate the tiny hats. That's what everybody's calling them now, Gene. Tiny hats. I don't know. Like I said, I don't agree with some of the things that's going on there. But like I'm still always will be a Christian. I mean, at the end of the day. So I mean, the Israelites, I guess I'll always support them because that's my belief system. But I don't know what the hell's going on with the country itself, the leadership or whatever. And yes, there is a difference between the Jews and the Israelites if you think about it. Hell, the Jews are the ones that actually crucified Jesus, the Romans and the Jews. So I guess there's a difference between a Jew and an Israelite because I don't know shit. Said complete domination, control. They're using it. Foreigners as police would not have any allegiance and would kill any citizens. Exactly, Pamela. That's a good idea. I never even really thought about it like that. They could just fucking deputize the illegals and say, hey, actually, I think I did say that before. Like, hey, if you want a house here, go ahead and take it. We're not going to stop you. Have them to just try to slaughter us. But there's so many. I mean, it's like 3 firearms to every household in America, so that'd still be hard to do with the 30 to 50. How many ever many illegals is here right now? No, I'm good. I'm just a little sleepy. I'm not like sad or anything. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. All the chaotic news reporters every day, and people are being distracted from data centers being constructed. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing there. The data centers, goodness gracious, sucking up all the water and raising people's electricity bills and sucking up the electric and polluting the water, and it's terrible. But again, that goes apart to the whole thing we was just talking about. The um, social credit score, and for them to be able to monitor everybody and know everything about you, they got to have these data centers to collect all the information, I guess. Doing some work, understanding what it was like to be inside of a data center 20 years ago, couldn't imagine what we're dealing with now. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I just heard somebody outside. Didn't see nobody. I don't know what happened. It had an update on my laptop, and I cannot find the Zoom now anywhere. It used to be right up here in the corner. Radiation sickness. Yeah, the fertilizer too. You know what I'm saying? There's not gonna be no food. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do. So no food, no plastic, no gas, no nothing. Data center screw worms. Yeah, the screw worms. They say it's gonna eradicate the cattle if they spread. That's why you gotta prep people. I mean, you're not gonna be able to survive for 20 years off of whatever preps you got. But I mean, if you can garden and stuff and raise your own animals, but probably outlaw having your own animals before long too. I remember during what was it the bird? No, it might have been COVID. They were saying people had to kill their damn chickens and shit because the chickens had COVID in their backyard. It'll be the bird flu, and they'll say, "Oh, you got to kill them," or screw worms, you got to kill your livestock, and or the ticks damn biting you, so you can't even eat the meat anyway. That's what I worry about. Hell, probably 70% of my damn preps is meat type products. You know, canned meats and fish, and so I got some of that Yoder's bacon off of Amazon. That shit's expensive. It's like $30 a can. Can about this big, full of bacon. Eat bugs and cultured food. Yeah, yeah, have us eating fucking. Well, I mean, hell, wouldn't the bugs even be protein? So you get the alpha gal, would you even be able to eat bugs? All you could eat was fruits and vegetables, I guess. Maybe not even like peanuts and stuff. I don't know what all it entails. I heard more and more people's getting it though. It's like the increase several few 100% in the last year. Amount of people that have it. What's up, Whitestone? Data centers are controlling us. Yeah, and the fruits and vegetables are genetically modified. Brielle's actually growing some cucumbers in the backyard. We've already got about maybe like 6 or 8 off of it. I thought that was pretty cool. I got some honey melons and some onions and some tomatoes growing. The honey melons was actually a fluke. I bought this fruit about this big, kind of like a cantaloupe. It's called a homie melon, Hami. And I bought one just on a whim and ate it, and everybody liked it. Even Roscoe liked the homie melon. So I kept buying them, and then one day after I'd ate it, I just took some of the seeds and threw them in this flower pot that didn't have nothing in it, and the shit started growing. So, after it got, a few inches high, I would take it out and transplant it into a bucket. Now they're like huge. It's got the flowers on it, with little yellow flowers, but it hasn't started actually growing any melons yet. No, Hami melon, Hami. It's like an Asian melon. It's really good. Tastes like a cantaloupe, but it's firmer than a cantaloupe. And Brielle thinks it's sweeter, but I don't think it's as sweet as a cantaloupe. Said you can't eat any of the GMO stuff. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. Hell, it seems like everything I eat makes me sick anymore. All this food in America is poison. God damn, boy. You what? Excuse me.
When Bloom, you're just preaching fear. Well,
Wish I could figure out how to find my live stream on the TV. I can watch it after, but I can't really find it while I'm on here. I say everything just keeps changing so much. It's hard to figure it out. Haven't had a cantaloupe in ages. Should try one. Yeah, I ate one a couple of weeks ago, Gina. It was pretty good. So this weekend is a White House fight and the World Cup thoughts. Yeah, who said that? Whitestone. Yeah, a lot of people's been talking about that. Either the World Cup might be some kind of event happen, bad event, or the 250th anniversary. That's another one. Some people are looking at. Just with all the shit going on in the world right now, people's expecting something to happen, whether it be the sleeper cells from Iran or what. Just anybody, sympathizers for that situation, illegals that are here, any sleeper cells. And then that whole situation with the people they saw coming out of the sewers in New York, and they were taking their shirts off when they came out, and I was like, that was just weird as hell. Like, what was the purpose of that? It's bad enough they were coming out of the sewer. I mean, but why were they taking their shirts off when they got out of the sewer? Was what made it extra odd. I think it just started raining. Either that or something's over there working on my damn garage door. I heard it earlier. That's why I got up and said, hold on a second. I'm in the man cave right now. UFOs, yeah. I haven't really even been paying attention to the whole UFO situation. They're talking about the disclosures and all that. I'm like, man, there's too much real shit going on to be worried about that. If the aliens start attacking, I might start focusing on that. But until they attack, we got other shit to worry about. They're trying to do away with the food and your ability to eat meat and gas and everything in between. Hell, we got bigger fish to fry than aliens. And it's a damn shame that I have to say that. And that's crazy, like 15 years ago, if the government would come out and say, they have aliens or they have alien bodies or whatever, everybody's like, oh my God, such a big deal. Like, the world's so bad now, everybody's like, oh well, ain't nobody worried about them shit. As long as they ain't bothering us, we ain't gonna bother them. Huge army convoys in Texas. Goodness gracious. I need my glasses. 5-minute cities, everybody on bicycles, no cars. And that's another good point that Toots made the other day was like, she's like, if we're going to have this universal basic income and, all digital money and no cash, why the hell are they building 50,000 banks everywhere? Like where I live at, they're like every other week you're seeing a new bank somewhere. Banks I never even heard of, like getting built or built already. It's like, why are they building all these brick and mortar banks if we're just going to have a digital system? I was like, hell, that's a good question. I don't understand it either. Maybe they'll come out with a new currency and the digital stuff. So there's a flesh-eating bacteria spreading in Texas. Just think somebody's helping the screw worms along. Probably fucking Bill Gates or some of his crew. But they're the ones doing the ticks. Every bank that they are building is either audacious or offset on the corner, stylized construction that's above and beyond almost old world brick. China has 325 data centers. Meanwhile, why does America need 6,000, 5,600? That's a good question. I don't know. Shopping list. terrible things happening. I know, right, Gene? Hey, this is the doom news. This ain't the happy news. Y'all know what time it is when you come on here. I'm gonna tell you all the damn bad news there is. Ain't necessarily about it being bad. It's just about it being important because I'm a prepper, so I try to encourage the people that watch my channel to prep too. So I'm just telling you all the bad shit that's going on and why you should prep, basically. At the end of the day, I'll go grab them bacon real quick so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It's called Yoder's canned bacon. It's got like a 10-year shelf life. I get it. That's a shame when you get excited about a can of bacon, but that's where I'm at, guys. Sorry. So I ordered these cans of bacon from Amazon. I looked at all the reviews and watched some YouTube videos and stuff, but here's what it looks like. It's called Yoder's Bacon Smoked Natural Flavor. It's got a 10-year shelf life. It says in the description it has 40 to 60 regular sized pieces of bacon in here. It's like wrapped in some kind of like wax parchment paper. I got a 6-pack of them. It costs, I think, $170. But this is one of the only preps that I didn't have, so I said, hey, I would like to have some bacon in the apocalypse, so I ordered some. Is it good? I have no idea. All the reviews said it's good, but it like, what was it, $30 a pop? I'm not even going to bust them open to the apocalypse. Jesse Ventura found out about the coffins and guillotines in 2012. Was it the FEMA coffins or whatever? Yeah, at the FEMA camps, Pam. Yeah, I haven't even tried it. Everybody else said it tastes just like bacon. It doesn't taste any different, so I'll take their word for it. If I open one and eat it now, I'm not planning on buying any more because, like I said, it's $30 for a can of bacon. So, yeah, I calculated up. It's probably roughly about 3 packs of bacon in each can. So, I mean, it's basically the same price as the bacon at the store, but you're buying $30 all at once. Going to be listening. Tastes like chicken. Well, now, Gina, they said it tastes like bacon. It's just if you went and fried some bacon and ate it, that's what it would taste like. You can, when you heat it up or whatever, you put it in there just like bacon. It'll be crispy or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'll take everybody's word for it. I ain't about to open it till I really need it. No, I'm not going to eat the bacon now. That's just like a prep I have. Like I said, they have a 10-year shelf life or whatever. And I got like 6 cans of it. It's supposed to be 40 to 60 feet. was it 50 to 60? Well, something up to 60 pieces. Probably, I would, if I had to guess, I would say there's probably really 45, 50 pieces in there. You know, you know how it is today. They always tell you there's more in there than what there actually is. My Patriot freeze dried that lasts 25 years. I have several different brands of you know, I have freeze dried eggs and freeze dried the buckets, the survival buckets, different brands, and you know, I mean, I don't think I have any Four Patriots. But like I said, I did get a water filter from them, like the big silver one, like a Berkey, but it's a Four Patriots. I got it on sale. It was regularly $2.49. I got it for $99. It only comes with one filter, and they say it filters 200 gallons. When you can get a Sawyer Mini and it's supposed to filter 200,000 gallons or 100,000 gallons, I think. Yeah, 100,000. So I don't know how the little tiny filter can do 100,000 when that big ass can with the big filter can only do 200 gallons. But just another way to purify the water. I wouldn't have paid 250 for it, but I'd pay 100 for it, so that's why I got it. Yep, that's pretty much it. You know, just trying to figure everything out to stay ahead of the curve. Know a little bit closer about how much time you got. I mean, obviously the whole 2030 thing, but my estimation is shit's just going to go further and further downhill till we get to that time. I don't think shit's about to get better right now. Even if there ran more ends today, I mean, there's just another war coming for another situation, you know? Because eventually these damn almost 30 trillion. What? How much is the debt now? The national debt in America, 39 trillion. When it gets to 40 trillion, is that when everything collapses? I don't know. Most of the countries are finished with the U.S. dollar. Everybody's starting to sell them off and trade in their own currencies and stuff. So it's only a matter of time before the dollar collapses. So they're going to have to do something, whether it's come out with a new dollar or do the whole digital central bank digital currency. They were like, well, Trump said he wasn't going to allow a central bank digital currency. And we also said we wasn't going to go to war with Iran, but here we are. I believe it's already collapsed. They're just waiting on the pillars to find out. What do you think about people saying stock up gold and silver, but the Bible said, well, you know what? Who said that? Pam, I have some silver. I mean, I have gold jewelry, but I don't have no gold bars. Um, I do have some silver. And my thoughts on the whole thing, like in the beginning of a shit hit the fan scenario, yeah, that stuff will be fine to barter or trade with. But like I said, I've always said I don't really plan on bartering and trading because if people see what you got, they're just going to try to take it anyway. In that kind of situation, you know, and some people say, well, you know, when the whole system restarts, it'll be good to have it. I don't even think that's going to work because you know we're going to be on a whole nother system then. Yeah, I think it's best to just have preps. Honestly, I mean that's just to protect your finances, like because like what's happening right now with the that's really so basically it's before the collapse because you know the money's continuously getting hyperinflated. So you know it's like I bought silver. When was I buying? Like $20 an ounce. I think right around $20 an ounce. And now it's worth what 70 roughly. It was 120 a few months ago, but now it's like $70. So it's worth $50 more than what it was when I bought it. It was an investment, um, a hedge against hyperinflation because it's going to keep going up the more the value of the dollar goes down, so it'll protect your wealth. That's what I see it as. It's my prep is to protect, you know, my wealth, you know, because the dollars ain't gonna be worth shit for long, and then the silver will still be worth something. But you gotta trade it in for the damn digital currency or whatever, you know. So that's the way I look at, you know, owning gold and silver and stuff. Like I said, I'd probably never even buy gold. Unless I just, you know, came into a whole bunch of money. I would probably buy some gold just to protect, you know, money. But with the kind of money I have now, just some silver, you know, get some silver every now and then. But after the dollar crashes, silver's still going to have value in somebody's currency. Say don't invest for the end of the world. Pray. Yeah, this is more pretty much before then. I think before really the collapse. You know, is the keep seeing the inflation going crazy and crazy, or if something happens and you know I lose a job or something like that, I could always just take the silver and sell it. You know, I'm already like triple what I paid for it, over triple, 3.5 times. You know, that's another thing. It's just have something store of value. Universal check when after the collapse. Yeah, probably. That's probably how it'll work. They'll probably collapse everything first and then do the whole universal basic income. They may not do it at all. They might just kill everybody's ass off. I don't know. Just let the illegals, the illegals that they brought in, be the only ones left. Give them the universal basic income. It's like, oh, the Americans ain't going to appreciate it, so we'll just get rid of their ass, and you know, they will still have the illegals to do our bidding and our slave work. Maybe that's the plan. I don't know. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Luke. People are scammers. When you try to sell gold, they will try to lowball you. Yeah, I've actually sold some recently, and I just found a reputable dealer. Don't go to the pawn shop. They have like the coin shops and things like that. Of course, they're going to tax you on it, like, you know, charge you. I think it was at the time 60, and I got like 45 an ounce. You go to a pawn shop, they're going to try to give you like fucking $20, $30. Don't even bother with that. Go to like a coin dealer or something. And they have things online where you can mail it off and get an even better price than that. But who wants to go through going and mailing this shit off and worrying about it getting lost, and or the people just say they never received it and your silver's gone? Just go to a silver and gold dealership, you know, that sell the coins and the gold and stuff like that, and just sell it there. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Cash is the most usable items right now. When Trump comes out with his funny money with his picture on it, tell them that it's not real and give me old currency. 4.50 a gallon using a car that's 5.10 a gallon. Damn, it's gone down a little bit here where I live at. I've seen as low as 3.33 yesterday. 3.47, 3.30. It was up to 4.10, 4.20. Yeah, I heard about the $250 bill for the 250th anniversary. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but he said it's in the works. Yeah, I believe shit's about to hit the fan. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, a shit hit the fan scenario could mean multiple different things for multiple different people. You know, in the Philippines, shit hit the fan for them yesterday when they had that fucking 9.0 or 8.0, whatever it was, earthquake. Buildings collapsing. You know, all the electric and water and shit's not going to work if you have a 8.0 earthquake. I live on the East Coast, so you know a hurricane could be a shit hit the fan for me. But I mean, yeah, I believe a global shit hit the fan will be happening within a year or two. I'd be surprised if it don't happen within the next 2 years. They're gonna do something. Because the whole agenda 2030, they want all their shit ducks in a row by 2030, and that's only 3.5 years from now. So some catastrophic shit's gonna have to happen for them to be able to implement all the different things they want to do. Social credit system and all that shit. Does seem like things are going to start moving fast. That's what I think. Yeah. Not interested in gold. Using the ancient Chinese secret on how to fight without fighting. Weather's being controlled. Yeah, I agree with that too. You know, there's a lot of people still don't believe in geoengineering and chemtrails and all that. And I'm like, how can you not think it's a thing that's literally been around for 70 years? You can go back to in Vietnam, they had something called Operation Popeye, where they actually, did cloud seeding over the jungle and flooded the damn jungle with rain to, like, flush out the Vietnamese soldiers. Operation Popeye, I believe was the name of it. Look it up. That was in what, the fucking 50s or 40s or whatever, whenever the Vietnam was, or 60s. I think it was in the 60s, yeah. Pretty sure. Late 60s. Yeah, I mean, they've been doing that since the 60s, so 60 years ago. Said the North Carolina hills still haven't recovered. Yeah, like western North Carolina and Tennessee, and yeah, it's terrible. I'm in South Carolina. Said you need another Joe Biden. Nah, we don't. We need somebody completely different, bro. We probably just need a whole different government system because this shit here, this House and the Senate and Congressman and shit's not working for us at all anymore. I don't know what kind of system that would be, but I mean it's not going to happen. They're rising up in Scotland because of that whole illegal or whatever the hell they're calling them these days, trying to cut that man's head off. They're burning up their houses and everything. But that's going to stop. They're not going to just keep doing it. Eventually, the government's just going to send the troops out into the street, and everybody's going to stop rioting. That's kind of, I mean, in a perfect world, that we wouldn't have to deal with that. But then, the other option is either take it over or just get whatever they give us. And that's probably what's going to honestly happen. Like I said, by 2030, within the next 2 years or whatever, is they're just going to give us whatever they want to give us. Unfortunately, that's the way it is because there ain't enough people that would be willing to stand up and fight against the tyranny. Want everybody in high-rise buildings. Eating Soylent Green and what is it, cricket protein sandwiches. Going door to door, burning down houses. I saw that. Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk. And is it Scotland or Ireland? I think it's Scotland, right? What's up, Humpty? A lot of homeless people are disappearing. Operation Mongoose. infected the mosquitoes. Yeah, they're doing that with the ticks now. I think there's is that the one you're talking about where Bill Gates is going to release the well so many 32 million or whatever mosquitoes in California and Florida. I want to get a social security check before shit hits the fan. Hell, they said social security is going to run out by 2032. And so I'm like, how the fuck is it going to run out when we've been putting the money in there for it our whole life? It's like, obviously the government just spent the money. It wasn't a savings account for you. They just spent the shit. And then some. Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know what's in the mosquitoes or why he's saying that Google and Bill Gates need want to release these mosquitoes and they're trying to get approval for it. But I mean, I would rather deal with the mosquitoes than catch some franken fucking disease from Bill Gates. Craziness. But they, if the government was for us, they would not let people do shit like that. There wouldn't be no chemtrails. Even what's the name? RFK, Robert Kennedy, saying, "Oh yeah, he believes it's DARPA and this, that, and other." It's like you guys are literally the government. You can't stop another government agency from spraying the skies with toxic fucking metals and stuff. Come on now, somebody else go believe that crap. Like it's literally the government that you're a part of, maybe a different branch, but they could stop it if they really wanted to. I don't either, Pam. It's just he's just one of them a good cop, bad cop guys. It's like let's just throw somebody in there that what I'm saying will appease the conspiracy theorists, try to make it look like somebody's on their side. Shit, he ain't done nothing either. Everything's the same. They still got all the same stuff happening. Ain't nothing changed. I'm getting sleepy. So basically, I've told you all this horrible news because I would like for everybody, if you're able, to get you some food and water filtration and solar generators and so on and so forth. But I know times are hard for everybody right now. So but next time you go to the Dollar Tree, buy you a 1 pound bag of beans and a 1 pound bag of rice and throw the shit in a damn bucket or something. I've been prepping them for like 11 years now, so I got a lot of stuff, but who knows how long it's gonna be before I'm gonna need it. It could be tomorrow, it could be next year. I may not ever need the shit. I do eat my preps, you know what I'm saying? Like canned goods and things like that, like the Mylar bag stuff. I pretty much know what I can put in there that's going to be good forever, basically. 20 years, 30 years. Just the rice and sugar and pasta and things like that. So I won't be eating that, but just like canned mackerel or beans or whatever. Every now and then I'll eat a can of that. I bought most of it at the same time. If it's the same brand, so I'll know 9 times out of 10 if I open up a can and eat it, the rest of them is going to be good. As long as it's not dented or anything. Again, I've mentioned this several times on here that the only canned good that I've had a problem with has been the Denny Moore beef stew because I bought an ass of them and then probably it was maybe a year past the expiration date and it tasted like the can. I mean, I didn't get sick when I ate it. It just tasted like the can, so I just threw all them away. I was like, well, I'm like, I don't know what situation I'd have to be in to want to eat that shit. It just tastes like you're eating metal, but it was a different texture. But that was the only thing I've ever had a problem with. I haven't had no problem with bugs in the Mylar bags or weevils or whatever the hell they're called. I've had I've had a few cans like the explode or whatever, but it wasn't like it was 30 or 50. It was like probably three. Must have just got hot or whatever. Whatever when it was, I might have had a little crack in it. I didn't see it. But other than that, pretty much everything's been good so far. I don't want to fall asleep on here. I should probably get off here soon. Said maltodextrin makes cancer explode. When rats have been given maltodextrin and have cancer, it speeds up the growth. So what is maltodextrin in? Like what kind of food? RFK doesn't give a damn about Americans. Cares about the protests. Cares about his pockets. He doesn't care if you're maltodextrin or high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, the high fructose corn syrup is horrible stuff, man. They got it in all kinds of shit. That's what's making all the Americans fat. They say, oh no, it's because Americans have such access to food and health care and stuff is why they're getting fat. They're just too comfortable and lazy. No, it's the shit they're putting in the food. Go through your cupboard and make sure maltodextrin is not in your food. They even put it in sardines. So much for your powdered coffee creamer. Yeah, I got some of that too. I mean, that's like everything now contains a bioengineered ingredient. I guess it's because of the GMO corn and soy and everything else. Because corn and soy is one of those things is in just about everything. So that's why I've that's why it says contains a bioengineered ingredient because the GMO corn and shit like that, the other ingredients that's in that product. Ivermectin fenbenzidole kills cancer, treating 3 rabbits with tumors. Cured one with Frankenstein bunny disease. Have the biggest rabbit rescue on the world. That's what's up, Slappy Chat. Said check out Super Dave 44. All right, I've never heard of him. I'll check him out. There's another channel I found that I recently was called. It's a lady named Doomsday Queen. She's a prepper. That's a pretty. She has a lot of knowledge on the prepping stuff. But I think I saw that on Facebook and I just followed it on here. She just did a live tonight. All right, I think I'm gonna call it a night, people. Yeah, I'll try to get on here more often, instead of just once in a blue moon. But like I said, that job's been killing me. I'm thinking about something else now. I'm done with it. Said her husband's a soldier. Okay, that was somebody was getting fresh with her on there tonight, and I am a married woman, and da da da. She got pissed off, which is a good thing. She should be. She's a married woman. Somebody was trying to be fresh with her. Lindsey Graham did not get lynched by Lynch. Yeah, I mean, God, I wish they could have had a better opposition for Lindsey Graham because Mark Lynch, like, who the hell would have voted for him? Really? I mean, some people did, but it was like he had drug trafficking charges and all kinds of crazy shit. It's like, how's he even running for that office? What was it? Drug trafficking, DUI, hiring illegals, all kinds of shit. I mean, I was like, they ain't, he wasn't going to beat Lindsey Graham. They could have put somebody else that didn't have a criminal history, and they probably would have beat him. And it sucks that Lindsey Graham won again. Thing about it is, you notice they didn't even plug the fact that it was Voter Tuesday. It was actually downplayed a lot. Said Cappy would have liked to see him gone. Yeah, I was thinking there might be a chance to him losing. Like Mark Lynch wasn't the guy to beat him though. And that fucking Pamela Evans about to win the governor. She's like in a race with I think what was I can't remember the other guy's name, but Pamela Evans, the one Trump endorsed, and she's just more of the. They're all the same. Like I said, I mean it doesn't matter at the end of the day. None of them's going to come and save the day or do anything to help, even if they have intentions of doing the right thing when they get into office. Somebody gets in their pockets, whether it's the military industrial complex or the pharmaceutical giants or whoever, the lobbyists, they're going to get in their pocket and blackmail them and all kinds of other shit. So, I mean, voting is not going to help anything at this point. All you can do is prep at this point and pray. Prep and pray, that's all you can do. Just try to enjoy your life. Don't worry about all the shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, just go to the Dollar Tree and buy you a bag of beans and a bag of rice every payday. That's $3. Just stash it away. I'm sure some kind of revolution will rise up, some kind of resistance. What was it called in the Red Dawn, the Wolverines? There's going to be little factions like that and shit when this stuff really gets bad, but I don't think, the militiamen and things like that's going to have enough to, actually make a difference in whatever future we got coming towards us here in the next, you know, like I said, I think within 2 years it's really going to start to be noticeable that shit's done in this country, the world, really. I mean, I don't know if a motherfucker in the Amazon rainforest is like in some kind of tribe with a bone stuck through their nose is going to be affected too much by it, but people in civilization will be. This whole Agenda 2030 deal they got going on. Approaching the nightmare scenario. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start saying that because that's about where we're at. Said Chris Bledsoe prophecy this fall. What's that? Judah Lynn? Is that your name? What's the Chris Bledsoe prophecy? Said to the victor goes the spoils. All right, everybody, I'm gonna get off here, man. Thanks everybody for showing up. If any major breaking news happens, I'll be sure to. I might do a little update tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do like a live or a video or something, because there's more stuff happening right now with the whole Iran situation. I believe they started. Iran's been launched some missiles at Bahrain and Kuwait and Jordan and Qatar, I think. I don't know if we did another wave. We did like 3 or 4 waves of bombs on them already. Wolverines. Yeah, good to see you too, Humpty. Yeah, with the inflation and everything, how will you be able to make it? That's the whole point. That's what I was saying, Watchman. We're not going to be able to make it, and that's what they're going to take advantage of it. They're going, well, everybody's too poor; they can't even feed themselves, so the government's going to have to step in, and ain't going to be like a SNAP benefits thing it's anymore. It's going to be the universal basic income. But the thing about it, you're going to have to agree to do shit. They'll probably put a fucking chip in you somewhere, and um, the social credit score be controlled what you can buy with the money they give you. And just like how the SNAP thing is, how they're taking out the sodas and everything else, they'll be like, okay, well, you can only buy, 4 pounds of 1 pound of red meat a week. You can get a pack of hot dogs or 1 pound of ground beef every week, and that's it. And when you try to buy another pound of ground beef in that week with your card, it'll just reject it, like how the EBT cards do now, or with the sodas, or some states are doing that. I think it's like a state-based thing. I don't know. I don't get the EBTs. 1984. Yeah, that's the only way people's going to make it. So they're going to give people the food or whatever, but you're going to have to do whatever the hell they tell you to do. And if you're somebody like me and you get on YouTube and start talking shit about the government, guess what? The universal basic income will be revoked. That's why I got 20 cases of corned beef hash in there. Hundreds of pounds of rice and beans and pasta and everything in between. The Matrix was a documentary. Yeah. Yeah, well, I believe I'm going to hit the sack, people. Again, thanks everybody for showing up. Anything else crazy pops off here soon? I think I discussed everything. I talked about everything from damn chemtrails to Yoder's canned bacon. Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Much love, prayers, and blessings. Bye.